And for Pang and Tong and all the Chinese pairs, it's been Shui Shen and Hongbo Zhao who have paved the way. Two skaters who grew up in conditions few of us could imagine. Our colleague Jim McKay takes a look at the extraordinary backgrounds of the two-time world champs.
Dortmund, 1980. A Chinese pair enters the World Championships for the first time. So far behind the rest of the world are the Chinese that they've never seen an indoor rink before.
When we first started, we had no way of seeing either videos or live performances. We had never even seen real pair skating. I remember that when we did our lift, the audience laughed at us. That left a deep impression on me.
Harbin, China, 1979. Young Hongbo Zhao is playing kindergarten basketball when he's discovered by a skating coach. His family is poor. 6 people cram into their tiny 2-room apartment. The sports school can provide better food and clothing than his parents can, so at the age of 6, he leaves home.
At that time, he was very lively, talkative, and sweet. But after he went to the sports school, he didn't like to talk anymore.
At first, I was very homesick. Gradually, I got used to life in the dorm, but I had less parental love than other children.
Harbin lies in the far icy north near Siberia. The Chinese train outdoors for up to 8 hours a day in temperatures as low as 40 below.
The conditions were very tough back then. Sometimes, when I skated a figure 8, a gust of wind would blow me backwards in my tracks. The ice was so rough that I carried a rock to sharpen my skate blades.
Harbin, China, 1984. Shui Shen is growing up in the crumbling ancient slums of the city. To the Shen family, elite sport represents their daughter's best hope of escaping dire poverty.
After the morning training, little Shui's father would buy 3 ounces of dumplings for their lunch. It's all we could afford. He would hope that, since the child was so little, she might leave some dumplings for him. But she was so hungry that she ate all the dumplings. So her father just stood there in the cold all day without eating anything.
A pair of skates cost more than 1 month's salary, so we had to make sacrifices. For 8 years, her mother never had any new clothes. We only had 1 bicycle, so the 3 of us all rode on the same bicycle.
When I was 5 years old, I was already skating 6 hours a day. My parents used to wake me at 4 in the morning and take me to the rink on the bicycle so I could have extra practice time.
Shen and Zhao could endure hardship. As the Chinese say, they could eat bitterness. And in time they became China's strongest pair. Bin Yao, who had tasted bitterness himself, vowed to make them the best in the world. It would be another long, difficult journey. Paired together in 1992, it took Shen and Zhao 10 years to win China's first ever World Pairs title. At Beijing's National Training Center, their lives were strictly regulated. They were forbidden to go on dates, to leave the campus without permission, to move out of the dormitory, to gain even half a pound. Training could be brutal, as when they attempted the dangerous quadruple throw, a move few dared to try.
We thought we would be able to land it after 5 or 10 attempts, but eventually we landed it only on the 44th try.
Shen had proven her endurance time and again, but the greatest test would come at the 2003 World Championships when she tore ligaments in her ankle.
Before we could skate, she had to have 5 injections of anesthesia.
Shen could barely walk. Her ankle felt as numb as a piece of wood.
As we finished one move after another, I became more and more excited. It was as if she was passing her courage and confidence onto me. I admire her. I really admire her courage very much.
We watched it on television and we cried. We were so excited that we jumped up and down. To us, our daughter was just too perfect. We could not believe her courage.
It may be hard for a Westerner to comprehend how much the Chinese endured to become great. When Bin Yao first skated in Dortmund, the audience laughed at him. And yet he persevered. And he will return, bringing his world champions with him.
Quite a story. And Shui Shen has been able to buy her parents a brand new apartment complete with a big screen TV, and after 5 decades of riding a bicycle, her dad now drives the car that she bought for him.